we need to hold the dad a little bit more accountable. I think because he's kind of been like a background player in this whole thing. He's been like, I can't even say a co-star. Like when people mention this whole thing, they barely everything is, for Christine, which I understand. But I just feel like sometimes things he say and the way he move, it just isn't really like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he needs to be, and I know people go jump on me for saying this, but I feel like he needs to be a bit stronger than the mom, because I feel like he needs to be taking control of the situation. I don't feel like the situation is in his hands. I feel like the situation is more in the lawyers and Ben Crump's hands. But you hired them, man. They work for you. You have to hold them accountable just like you're holding the DA accountable. So if you feel like they're not doing their job, maybe you feel like they are doing a great job, I do not. Like I said, I feel like both sides are doing messed up things. Um, I'm not blaming the parents because they got legal representation, and I'm assuming this is what the legal representation is telling them to do. But if it's me, I'm taking a more of a strong arm, strong handed side with Ben Crump and his team. And let's just take this whole phone thing for instance. Me, so if my wife would have been like, "Hey, look, there's some stuff missing from his phone, he ain't posting nothing from the phone." And she feels like, basically, the phone was tampered. That's what she's telling me. Even if I don't really agree with her, like, I'm going to make sure that we do what we can to get this phone investigated. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we're gonna do what we can to get this phone investigated because, you know, that's my wife. She has a gut feeling. I want to rule it out. That way, she feels. I don't know. I mean, obviously, she's not gonna feel better, but it's something that's gonna take over her mind. So initially, and I'm just going step by step how I feel it would have went. Initially, I probably would have been like, "Hey, I would have been talking to my lawyers, of course, like, hey, so we need to turn this phone over to the DA or whatever." They probably would be like, "No, you can't trust Mississippi because this, that, and the third." Fine, we're not gonna turn it over to the DA. What's the plan? Well, the plan is we're gonna do a private We're gonna do a joint investigation. Possibly the FBI is gonna be there. Such and such is gonna be there. What the hell? 741. Uh, FBI is gonna be there, the DA, and all those good people. So we're gonna do this investigation, right? Um, and so I guess they had the meeting, which is July 15th. I, this is just the way I am. July 15th is too long for me. Like, we need this phone looked at. I would have been pushing, like, asking every day, like, "Hey, can we get this phone looked at? Can we get this phone looked at?" Um, but July 15th, they had the meeting about the phone, um, and when they had the meeting about the phone, they came to an agreement. They would be a joint. They'll look at it together. It'll be like a joint thing that they was do. But they left the meeting without a time or date or anything. I don't know if the parents were there during this meeting, but if they were or wouldn't, and the lawyers came back to me, or if I'm sitting in there, I'll be like, okay, yeah, we gonna do a joint. What's the date? Like, what's the day we can get this down? Let's put it down. Let's everybody look at their calendars. Let's make the phone calls we need to make. Let's do what we need to do. What is the day we are going to do this joint investigation? Um, and then from there, if they say, well, we can't because we gotta get a hold of this person, okay, fine. July 16th, I'm calling. When can we do the investigation? Well, we did about July 17th. When can we do the investigation? Well, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm talking to my lawyer. I'm like, okay, man, when are we doing this investigation of the phone? Like, it's been, what, at this point, 11 days since my kid passed away. I need to know when we're doing this investigation. I don't know if that happened or not. I'm just saying it doesn't seem like it did. It seemed like it was absolutely no communication about the phone until I'm gonna say uh, that letter came out. So I'm just assuming that there was no communication whatsoever about the phone. Um, but that's my point is like I don't have to go day by day. But my point is it's just like you have to hold your lawyers accountable just like you hold the DA accountable. Like, hey, like is Mr. Wansley asking, hey, what's going on? Is the phone getting investigated? When are we doing this? Asking your lawyers, calling the DA's office, calling whoever. Is this happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? Bug people, get on their nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the main thing is because your wife it feels like something's wrong, you know, and maybe you feel like something wrong. Even if you don't, you make sure that phone get investigated. You're putting pressure on people because now with the 30-day thing, right? You can at least be like, hey, look, I called the DA office every day since we made that schedule. I've called whatchamacallit, my lawyer every day asking when can we get the phone investigated. But now people are looking at you and public opinion it really wouldn't matter to me, you know. But now people looking at you and like, oh, why are y'all holding on to the phone? Like, like there was no effort put into getting the phone investigated. I think that's the issue. There's no effort from you or your team. So honestly, I would be pissed at my lawyers. I would be pissed at Ben Crump. I would be pissed at my team. I would be highly pissed at the DA's office. Um, yeah, I would just be pissed that it's 30 days and nobody's made a meeting or nothing to look through this phone. Um, yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, like, it shouldn't be like that.